We're staying in the UK's weirdest hotels, like a church hidden in a forest, a Harry Potter hotel, and things that are totally unnecessary. But let's start with this cow hotel, just outside of Ed Sheeran's hometown. So there are 7 cows here, each have got their own name, and they each took 12 weeks to build.
Because these cows are in a field on a working farm, when you wake up in the morning, you could be surrounded by animals.
And if you stay here, you get free access into the farm.
But how do you get into them?
You actually enter through the cow's back door and...
It's compact, it's cosy, but it has everything you need.
The bed sheets are cow print, and when you walk in, the doormat looks like a patch of grass.
I have this theory that it's going to be a little bit like Toy Story, so when we go to sleep tonight, the cows are all going to wake up and talk to each other. You might also be wondering, where is the bathroom? So it's about a 2-minute walk from here, and there's a shared shower and bathroom space. So there's only 7 cows here, so I feel like that's fine. This place costs £120 a night, but it does sleep 4 people.
These cows in Suffolk are bizarre, but it's just the beginning. This week we're visiting 5 different places.
And as the week goes on, the hotels get weirder and weirder.
It gets weirder than this.
For each place we visit, we'll share the location, the price, and the weirdest part of every room. Like in this room, you get unlimited milk.
And of course, we'll be giving each hotel a star rating out of 5.
Staying inside a cow has been ticked off my bucket list, and I'm going to give this place a 4 out of 5. Now let's head to hotel number 2.
For our next hotel, we're in York, the 3rd oldest city in the UK after Colchester and London. Tonight, we're staying in the Hocus Pocus Tiny Hotel. Not only does this place look haunted, but it's actually owned by a real witch.
It's completely themed around magic and wizards and witches. And there was even a BBC article which showed that 100 witches gathered here last summer to celebrate the dark arts.
This hotel is quite expensive, so I'm hoping it is going to live up to the price.
There is no formal relationship between Harry Potter and this hotel, but this hotel is called the Hocus Pocus Hotel. Hocus Pocus, HP, Harry Potter.
I am a little bit dubious about this one because it does say online that the hotel is haunted, and the room that we have booked is apparently haunted by a tiny ghost man.
There's no official connection between Harry Potter and York, but when you're walking around the city, you can't help but feel like you are in a Harry Potter movie.
I'm feeling quite nervous. I don't know why, but I'm also very excited.
Here it is, the Hocus Pocus Tiny Hotel. Already this place feels a little creepy. Ashlyn was here. She enjoyed this stay, except for the ghost, who told me his name was Kerry, a baker of humans. If I wasn't on edge already, I am now. Should we have a look at the room?
As we climbed the stairs to hotel number 2, it was pretty clear this place was unusual, and we couldn't wait to see what was inside the room itself.
Whoa, this is crazy. This is weird. This hotel only has 5 rooms, and every single room is completely different.
It's like being on a Disney ride, but a bedroom version. I don't know if it's intentional, but the room is so creaky. I'm getting creeped out, and we've been in here for about 10 minutes.
We've chosen to stay in the library room, and there's just so many little intricacies that I need to show you. The flowers are dead. Above the bed, we've got every Charles Dickens book that he ever wrote. You've got these creepy looking mirrors on the ceiling. There are loads of old books in this room, and apparently, if you look through enough of them, there are secret messages hidden inside them.
This room feels like I am Hermione, and I've just arrived at Hogwarts, and I am a witch, and I've never been in a hotel room quite like this before.
This could be the guy that created this room, and whoever created this room has a weird and twisted mind. But it's about to get even more bizarre. Do you want to show them the weirdest part of this room?
Let's do it.
Okay, we're ready for the grand reveal. Oh, wow.
I really do feel like Hermione now.
Hermione never looked this good.
Harry, the Dark Lord is coming! Quickly!
Ryan might be laughing, but there are 2 outfits in this room.
Whoa!
I wanted to look like Cedric Diggory, and I look more like a Suffragette.
This room is an experience and the price does reflect that. For one night, this room costs £190, but it can sleep 4 people.
But that is of course if you can get to sleep. Jade didn't seem to have any problem nodding off, but I wasn't quite as lucky. I could feel a weird presence in the room all night and found it hard to sleep. I suppose they did warn us about that on the listing.
What was that? Do you know where we're going next?
Where we're going next is even weirder than this one.
Because of the attention to detail in the rooms and the great location, the Hocus Pocus Wizard Hotel gets a 4.5. But before we head to Hotel 3, let's explain why we're doing this.
When you think about weird hotels, you think about far-flung places like Japan or Korea.
Don't get me wrong, these places are strange, but being eccentric is what British people do best.
So we're on a mission to find the most unique, weird and wonderful hotels right here in the UK. I think we found some. I think we found quite a lot.
Welcome to our next weird hotel. Today we are in London and we are just 5 minutes away from Canary Wharf and we're only 20 minutes away from Big Ben. But this hotel doesn't look like it should be in London.
This is a super yacht hotel in central London. It's 102 metres long, and to put that into perspective, this is only 20 metres shorter than David Beckham's new yacht. CNN wrote that when this ship arrived, the authorities had to drop the water level by 5 metres just so it could fit under a bridge. But more on that later.
Most people will never ever get to stay on a super yacht, so this is a budget-friendly alternative. All right, it's time to go and check out the super yacht. You excited? Whoa, whoa, mama. So, whoa, whoa.
It is so slippy on this bridge.
So this ship is connected to the land by these steel rods, which means that the ship doesn't move, which is good news.
Because Ryan gets very seasick. We don't even talk about the night in Sardinia that we stayed on a boat.
The walk from the tube only took about 4 minutes.
Right, so you have to get this elevator up to reception.
With the prices of London hotels out of control, we were excited to see if this budget-friendly hotel was any good.
Right now, it's giving cruise ship vibes. This is our room on board a London super yacht. I never thought I would stay on a super yacht, but here I am.
From the second that you step foot on the ship, from getting the lift, the elevator doors opening into the grand foyer, everything about it is such an experience.
When we checked in, I was a little bit worried that this was going to be a cruise ship room. I am pleasantly surprised. This room is huge.
But the best bit about this room isn't inside the room, it is outside.
So if we head out onto our balcony on this lovely, crisp January morning, and you peek around the corner, you have an amazing view of Canary Wharf and that weird cable car that goes over the Thames.
Ahoy there! What's it like on land? So whilst this balcony is the coolest thing about this hotel, the weirdest thing is how it got here. So this super yacht was built in Finland, but an engine cost $27 million extra. So they decided to not add one to the ship, which means this ship didn't sail here from Finland. It actually got towed by a motorboat, and it took 2 weeks to get here.
This room for one night cost £155, and that included breakfast. And bear in mind, some hotels in London with no windows can run you £250 very easily.
You're joking.
After sleeping with one eye open last night, it was nice to bed down on a luxurious super yacht. Rest was needed because tomorrow was a very big day.
And with that, I think it's time to move to our next weird UK hotel. How are we going to top the super yacht?
I have got something in mind.
London's only super yacht was good value, but inside the ship just wasn't that weird, so it's getting a 3.5. And we realised we could really do with your help.
We're visiting a handful of places, which is just scratching the surface. So if you know of any other weird hotels in the UK that we need to visit, comment below. Oh, and also, these hotels can cost a lot of money. So what should they do, Jade?
Subscribe to Live the Dash.
Okay, on to hotel number 4.
Tonight we are staying inside a chapel hidden in a forest.
I've never been to Shropshire before, but it is sandwiched in between Wales and Birmingham, and it's surprisingly a lovely part. of the UK.
This was originally a flat pack Victorian chapel, and back then you could buy these from a supermarket.
This chapel was featured on George Clark's Amazing Spaces.
And the family that own it collect buildings, so this is one of many interesting spots in this forest.
We had to book this place for 5 nights and it wasn't cheap, so hopefully we like it.
If you are easily scared, I'm not sure that this place is for you because I want to show you just how remote it is. We've got the bathroom behind us and the kitchen, and then there is nothing but forest. And it is so quiet. When we checked in, they asked us if we had a torch, because if you want to leave this place at the night, you will need a torch.
Before we've even got inside, I've noticed something really odd. Just before you step into the room, you actually are supposed to hang your coat on these deer feet. I don't know how I feel about that.
The second that you walk in, you feel like you're in a chapel, but it is surprisingly cozy and homely in here.
It's like stepping back in time. The Aga is blasting out heat, and some of the artwork is from 1816. Everything you look at probably has a real story to tell, and this isn't its first life.
I'm also a little bit worried that I might have an encounter with a spider here. It's just giving me that energy.
Now let's go and explore upstairs. You have 2 very unique bedrooms that are connected by a bridge. No church is complete without its own organ. But to show you the weirdest part of this room, we actually need to head back outside. This room comes with its own bell. But bells don't come cheap.
This place costs £140 a night, but you have to stay for 4 nights, so it gets expensive.
Another weird hotel bites the dust. On to the next one.
If it wasn't so expensive, the chapel in the forest would have got a higher score, but it's a 3 out of 5 from us, which leaves us with just one weird hotel left to tick off.
We have made it to our final spot of the trip, and we hope this video has shown you that there are some weird and unique places to stay right here in the UK. But we think we have saved the weirdest until last.
Only a British person could come up with something as crazy and weird as this.
You will not be disappointed with this one.
But something that might surprise you is the final rating of this one.
We are in Nantwich, which is a town in Cheshire. And as you can see, tonight we're going to be staying inside the belly of an owl. It doesn't get more eccentric than this. The owl is made out of solid oak, and it's probably the most unique place I'm ever gonna stay. But without further ado, I think we should get inside and see what it's like in there. I'm gonna miss staying in weird hotels, but I think we have saved the best till last.
Oh, hey, glad to see you here. Going to my owl.
This tiny room doesn't have a bed and it doesn't have any Wi-Fi, but this sofa pulls out into a double bed and all of the bed sheets are inside this box.
The kitchenette here is quite basic, and I don't think there's any options for takeaway, so it's either toast or a microwave meal.
Through this door, we have a fully working bathroom. And if you look directly up, you can see into the owl's head. This thing is a work of art.
If you come to stay in this owl and feel like you need Wi-Fi, then maybe there is a problem.
The owl is definitely one for the summer because it gets cold at night. So it's a 2-star for a January stay, but a 4-star if you were to come in August.
Where should we go next?